Why am I the big screen?
We've already fucked it up.
He's already fucked it up.
Hello. I can't believe that we're actually about to do this, the 5th World Cup draw. Do you know what? This is something I get very excited about. The next month is going to be exhausting. It's going to be mind-punishing, but it's going to be worth it. We're going to see some of the matches that you didn't think you'd ever see. You're going to see upsets. You're probably going to see dream matches come to life, and you're going to see one hell of a final, no doubt. So just to explain what we're doing here today, it is the draw for the pool. So there are 4 pools, all 15 teams. Each person from each team will be separated into 4 categories, pool 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once that's done with each individual, you will have 15 people in your pool. They will be the people that you can be drawn against for the following 3 weeks. So this Sunday, you'll be drawn 1-on-1. There will be 1 triple threat match in each pool because of the uneven number of people. So whoever the last people drawn out, the last 3 from each pool, will be in a triple threat. So it will be double elimination. Many different possibilities can come up there, and I'm sure a few upset eliminations may happen within that, but we'll see. A wide variety of people. There's 60 competitors competing in this World Cup, and there are 2 prizes, should we say, to be won. The World Cup winners themselves, which is the team with the most points after every single match is done, and the overall World Cup champion will be the person that wins the grand final, who was Ethan Carnage last year. And it was an absolutely fantastic turnout last year. So this year, it's taken a hell of a jump up. We had 10 teams last year, and now we're into 15. The biggest one we ever did was 20 teams. That was chaos, but it was fun, a lot of fun. So without further ado, we will just start pulling everyone off. So we're going to pick each individual EFED that entered and is competing, and then we'll just draw the 4 people that are in their team into the pool they'll be in until we finally get to the final team. We'll find out who's in which pool. I'm just going to pick at random, start off with Pure 1. So Pure 1 is just 4 names on here. I'm just going to shuffle them so it is completely random who ends up in which pool, essentially. So in pool 1 will be Fox Marsh. Fox Marsh will go into pool 1 for Pure 1. In he goes. Number 2, Toa. I believe he has paid his child support and he is well on his way to the World Cup. The Toa will be in pool 2. Oh, let me just write these down before I forget, actually. Fox Marsh, Toa. Phil Marshall will be going into pool 3. Phil is joining us here tonight. Thank you very much for letting me use your StreamYard for this more professional service, rather than me just using Facebook Live. And then it must be Mike Storm will go into pool 4. Yes. So that is Pure 1 already separated.
Pool 1, wonderful, with Heresy Team Pure 1 right there. I am captaining that team, and I think that I'd just like to celebrate the fact that we heard Pool 1 while being interrupted by the background sound of DJB's television.
It's not the television, it's cards.
Yeah, I know. Tell that voice to Marla. Hello, love.
Hi.
So, yes, Heresy 1. So, I'm going to be getting the guys ready, and, well, let's see who we're going against.
So I am currently shuffling as you speak XWE Team 1. So, first name. Going into pool 1 with Fox Marsh will be Rain Carter. Rain Carter will go into pool 1 with Fox Marsh. So at some point, they probably will face each other because they're both bloody good. Pool 2, joining Toa, will be TJ Blair. Oh, I know. So we got Rain going into pool 1. And who did I just say? TJ Blair, that's it.
How could you forget the majesty of the most sexual man in EFED, TJ Blair?
Going into pool 3 with... Oh, no, hold on. I've got that the wrong way around, haven't I? Mike Storm went into pool 4, not Phil.
Yeah.
Phil. Storm.
So...
All right, I'm already fucking up. So Tommy Dyer will be joining Phil Marshall in pool 3. heavy hitters already.
Yeah, Tommy Dyer, very good in EFED, but I think a lot of people underestimate him because he tends to go the more comedy route. So definitely a worthy opponent and definitely a worthy wrestler to be in the World Cup.
Definitely, and I think people underestimate his storytelling ability as well. And when he gets into it, and he can drag you in, and he can make a 5-minute promo seem like it was 2 minutes long. He is very good at that. But that does mean that Mike Storm has the ability to face Triple M. There's a very big light on here, but that is Triple M. So again, big names already.
That'll be interesting. Triple M and Mike Storm both really good at pushing the boundaries. Both really good trolls as well. Just with their e-fedding as well, but both of them know how to get under people's skin. So if they draw against each other, that's going to be fascinating to see how that goes.
And this is what the World Cup's about: is finding those fascinating matches that you go, "Oh, if that's the thing, how's that going to look?" And that would definitely be one of those matches. So we're just going to shuffle. Pure 2 is the next one that's been already seeded in. So I'm just going to shuffle these names and then draw number 1. So going into with Fox Marsh and Rain Carter will be Lane Kelly. Lane will be joining the boys in pot 1.
Yeah, Lane, if he's got a good head on him, can be really good. And I think it's just getting Lane into the mind space and having him prepped right for him where he can match him equally. I think I've seen Lane where he's been in a real good headspace and he has torn through people, but there's times where he does have difficulty in doing that. And I think for Lane, he's going to have to really focus. And luckily enough, even though he's on our second team, and there's a chance we'll be facing each other at some point, or any of the other heresy, I do think that once we work out who his opponent is, we can sit down and definitely help Lane, because I think he's a guy who can go far if he's in the right mindset.
See, Lane entered I believe it was the World Cup warm-up, and he showed what his ability is. At the end of the day, the guy's a veteran. He has been doing this for a very long time, and people forget that. So he knows what he's doing. But moving on to pool 2 is, Blake Buchanan. So someone else who's been doing this a very long time. Blake Buchanan will be going into pool 2 with TJ Blair and Toa. That'll be great. Going into pool 3 will be Lenore. Lenore has either Phil or Tommy Dyer to worry about at this point.
Hello, Brooke.
Which means
both of us have the sexuality.
That was Hangman Gage going into pool 4 with Triple M and Mike Storm. That's some great competition potentially for Gage, definitely. We're going to move on to PCR. So let's shuffle these little guys.
That's Philippine, isn't it?
Filipino Championship Revolution, I believe.
Yes.
So pool 1, joining Lane, Rain, and Fox will be the newly appointed Damien. So I didn't realise that Diablo and Brackus was the same person. You can't enter the tournament twice under 2 different names. So PCR had to change out, and they drew Damien into pool 1 for PCR. So that is Damien. Don't know a lot about him. Don't really know him. So who knows what could happen there? Cody Hunter. Oh, that's going to be an interesting one. So Cody Hunter will be joining Toa, TJ Blair, and Blake.
I didn't even know Hunter was a member of PCR.
Yeah.
Joining pool 3 with Tommy Dyer, Phil, and Lenore is Kenzo Blackheart himself. Kenzo, stop it. Kenzo can visually do some great stuff. He just doesn't do it enough.
Yeah. Kenzo's, I would give, even though he's in my pool, the advice I would give is try and build a narrative, but do it in a way where you can separate the opponents from the actual story. You are going to be an underdog in this. So I would say try and surprise people. Try and do something people have never seen before, and never, ever do a promo from your car.
True, yeah.
And also turn your camera this way. Please turn your camera this way.
With that being said, Pool 4 joining Gage, Triple M, and Storm is Vagabond. Now, Vagabond, if you're not familiar with him, it can be very good.
Yes.
I do like him a lot. I think he has the potential to pull off an upset, definitely in this group of interesting people. So we're going to move on to the Asylum. So that's the joins Heresy, the Asylum. You may see them over there on the Heresy page live. And joining Pool 1 will be Richard Woodward. So, yes, Rich Woodward will be joining Pool 1 with Damien Fox, Rain, and Lane Kelly. Rich Woodward. Going to Pool 2 with Toa, TJ, and those guys is Riddle. Riddle will be joining them. There you have it. Riddle into Pool 2. Pool 3 will be Danny Darko. So Danny Darko will be being thrown into that Triple M. Phil Marshall, Tommy Dyer, Lenore, and Kenzo.
That's going to be good because I'm actually friends with him, and but I've never had the chance to face him. So
He's an interesting person to try and face, but that does leave Austin Kruger for Pool 4.
All right. Austin Kruger will outshout everyone.
It's true, he will.
He's the human megaphone. He really is.
Interesting matches already that I can see developing here. So we're going to move on to VPW2. One of the VPW teams. There's a name in here that I've never heard of again before, like Damien. So this could be interesting. And there he is, ironically. Cruz Daniels will be joining Pool 1. Crew Daniels.
I like the fact that these people are unknown because they could either be like this out straight away or they could be the next Casey Moran who pulled off that huge upset against Happy.
It's true. Last year we did see some upsets, and the biggest one that got talked about, we saw the 3 years ago, Scott Chambers beat Justin Klein. That caused a bit of a stir, but ultimately got agreed with. And the same thing with the Casey and Happy thing, ultimately got agreed with. But going into Pool 2 is Sean Solster. There you go, Sean Solstar. This is really starting to develop now. And going into Pool 3 will be Brackus. That's a tasty one. There you go. Talking about Chris Lee earlier. Going into Pool 3 will be Brackus himself.
Very unique. I have faced him before. I've faced him a few times. Brackus, interesting one. When I was a member of FTW, I was the reigning defending undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I faced Brackus a few times. The first few times I did beat him, but at their main show, he did manage to defeat me and pick up the championship. So do not underestimate Brackus.
He was good, and he proved that last year in the World Cup. He got past round 1. He threw a very hard opponent, I believe, in round 2 and fell short a little bit. But Pool 4 is joining Mike Storm is AJ Storm. So be interesting.
Now, if
AJ Battle of the Storms.
Yeah, I think with AJ Storm, if he does get Mike Storm, AJ Storm, he can be good at times, but I think Mike Storm, because of either him, if he gets either Mike Storm or Triple M, they will both make a point of getting under AJ Storm's skin. And so my biggest advice to Mike Storm is eyes on the prize. Do not let anyone get under your skin. You are here to win, because as soon as they get under your skin, they've already won. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's very true. So for SWA 2, Pool 1, Scott West. Scott West will be joining Fox Mars, Rain Carter, Lane, Damien, Rich Woodward, and Crew Daniels.
I think I'm going to have to say that Scott West is a real sleeper in this tournament. I know not a lot of people know him, but Scott West, as Wilson Fist, will do a hell of a lot of good work. I'll tell you right now that he is one of the best I've seen, just due to his creativity and the different way he approaches promos.
No, he's very good, and I think he's got a couple of good, either some interesting matches there, or maybe some matches that, we don't know what will happen. But Fifth Boy will be joining Pool pool 2. That'll be Fifth Boy. My boy, your boy, Fifth Boy.
Yeah.
Actually, he broke himself out last World Cup. It was the first time a lot of people had seen Fifth Boy, and he really showed that he had a lot of talent and caliber, and he's only improved on that in 1 year. So let's see what he can do this World Cup. Yeah, going into pool 3 will be Adam Smash. Adam Smash could potentially face our boy here, Phil Marshall.
Oh.
Adam.
Now that could be interesting. I've seen some of his recent work, and if you haven't seen his recent work, I've been a little questionable on some of his early work. There's a lot of kind of dark characterness going on there, but his recent work has just been so good. If you didn't watch the King of Social Media tournament, this man is the last man you would expect to do a rap, and he did it. And it was so entertaining, and it was so funny. Do not underestimate Adam Smash.
Oh, he is very good. And again, he broke out at the last World Cup, got through round 1, fell short in round 2, but there were some very big hitters in round 2. So Ralph Swagger will be the last one from SWA 2, joining pool 4. So pool 4, I tell you what, there's going to be some unexpected points picked up here, I reckon. So Ralph Swagger, yeah. Tell you what, let's go for a big boy. Let's go with Heresy 1. Let's shuffle these bad boys up. Throw them down. No, top one is G to the O to the A to the motherfucking T. It is GOAT going into pool 1. Very, very talented individual, as proven at one of our pay-per-views. Just fell short to Iron Bison, unfortunately, but
yeah,
he is very, very good. Do not underestimate the GOAT. Yeah. Going into pool 2 is Bong Daddy himself. Josh Byers is in pool 2 with Toa, with TJ Blair, with Blake Buchanan, with Cody Hunter. A lot of his boys are in this group. There's going to be some, going to be some civil war.
Yeah, definitely.
A 3-time World Cup winner in Robbie Cutthroat will be joining pool 3 alongside Phil. Tommy Dyer. There's some old blood there, new blood. Lenore, Kenzo, Danny. And then that must leave a personal favourite of mine, the Beast. Patrick Reynolds, a shock person to join the Heresy team. But hey, Beast could end up against Mike Storm, Triple M, Gage Thompson. Some interesting ones there.
I've got to ask, with the Beast, and I always get confused here. Beast, is he the one who talks about his drip, or am I thinking of someone else?
No, that's oh god, oh fucking hell! I should know his name. We fucking fought enough times. Oh, this Misanthrope.
Brian.
Deliverance. Yeah.
Indeed. But I'm so glad to have Cutthroat in my pool. I've never faced him. Would you believe? When I was starting off in like XWE and like IW, when I started off in like IW, XWE, he was in XWE and he was always one of the big names there. And I was a mid-carder, so I would never get the chance to face Robbie Cutthroat, just because he was having all the big matches, and because I was a little guy, it didn't really matter. So to maybe have the opportunity to face Cutthroat, I'm very happy.
Yeah, I mean, Cutthroat is a 3-time World Cup winner. He is also a promo of the round winner. So yeah, definitely a very tough individual to go against, especially with that much experience in this tournament. But going into pool 1, we're going on to VPW1, and it is Igor Terra. Igor Terra will go into that pool in the first one. And then VPW1's second pool choice will be Troy Mason. Troy Mason definitely has the ability to turn it up. If he does, we'll see. And there is obviously some bad blood between him and Bong Daddy. So, and that is legit heat. So, if they get drawn against each other.
For one name now.
Okay. And you have got Austin Wilde.
Oh, well, not the name I'm looking for, but definitely another name. So, would you believe?
You draw it. Take it easy.
That's the first name I've heard who's in both of the worlds.
That's true. Yeah. And then finally, that leaves Nathaniel Rage for VPW1. Going over into pool 4.
Yeah, Nathaniel Rage of the House of Rage. One guy who can be very good. I think with a bit more focus on what he's doing, because it tends to kind of branch out a little. I can actually see Nathaniel Rage being very, very good. If he has like a straight focus on what he's doing, I would say he could be another sleeper.
And that's what we love. I love the idea of, especially these people that I'm not familiar with, because I get to see their work for the first time. I get to enjoy it, but their opponent probably isn't going to know who they are as well if they get someone that's very sort of far south to them. And those are the matches I like the best, because it puts someone right out of their comfort zone. And I'll be honest, I am giving people a little bit of a hint now. Don't do what I really hate, and that is, I don't know you, I don't have to know you, I don't care who you are. Yada. So all you're telling me there is you have not done any research on your opponent, and you're just hitting and hoping with your own ability. That's all you tell me by that.
Yeah, that's Lord Longlocks worthy, and no one wants to be Lord Longlocks promo.
I wish he was in the World Cup. I'll just fucking make my day. But, moving on to WKP The Forge, and it will be Hitman Mike, veteran of the game. I do like Mike a lot. Hope he does well. Hope he gets... Hope he gets a good opponent that's not going to just slaughter him in the first round, but we'll see. Right, Hitman Mike. I'm really sorry, Phil. Rick Rage is going into pool 2.
Oh, damn it.
Rick Rage is in pool 2. So there is a potential to see Bong Daddy versus Rick Rage. Now, that is one of those matches that I would be all eyes on, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah, fuck Phil Marshall. I want to see Bong Daddy versus Rick Rage.
Potential for you, Phil, here is Hella Undead. Hella Undead will be going into pool 3. Some interesting names in this, indeed.
Yeah, definitely. Hella Undead will be interesting because it's not someone I've faced. I'm going to ignore past reputation because I think it's unfair for people to go off that, but I would like to see her work now, what she's doing, and so I may go exploring just because of interest, because you know when you hear about people who had a bit of a bad run in the beginning but they start to improve and they get better and better and better as they go on. I want to give Hella Undead that opportunity in my eyes to go, let's see what you're doing, like let's see if you can be a sleeper.
You never know. But that leaves Billy Gore, the WKP Forge, going into pool 4. Billy Gore and... Oh, no, Cutthroat's in your group. That's right. I was going to say that would have been an interesting one, Cutthroat and Billy Gore, but it won't happen. So there we go. Now, so just so you guys, just give you a bit of anticipation. We're 2/3 of the way through. We've got the WKP Vendetta team, the XWE Legacy team, the Heresy 2 team, the SWA 1 team, and the XWE 2 team. Let's go with XWE 2. Let's start off with them. So, entering into pool 1 will be Nick White. Big name, got all the way to the final last year, just falling short to Ethan Carnage. Very successful in this competition in previous years. Nick White. So, Rain Carter versus Nick White could be a thing. And Nick White's darling wife, big love to the stabber herself, Alicia White, will be going into pool 2. One of the... Yeah, there's a few women in this year. I'm quite enjoying this. You've got Hella Undead, you have got Lenore, you've got Alicia. The women fighting strong. Ryan K, do not tag him, do not do anything like that. And Mr. Dr. Pepper himself will be going into pool 3 alongside...
We'll see if anyone puts them over this year.
Well, this is why I'd love to see Ryan K versus Cutthroat. That'd be a throwback match, that would be. And that must leave for pool 4. Oh, I forgot about him. Oh. So that leaves Thomas Austin, the man himself, going into, again, someone that made it to the grand final last year, going into pool 4, Thomas Austin.
So I don't get Austin either.
Not in this one, but Mike Storm could get Thomas Austin. Triple M could get Thomas Austin. The Beast could get Thomas Austin. There's some big potential matches.
Mike Storm versus Thomas Austin. Now, Thomas Austin's got thick skin, so him trying to work his way under won't work. But Mike Storm's not stupid, so I'm sure he maybe have a few other ideas.
Maybe that'd be interesting, but we'll see. I can't remember who. I think I just picked up SWA 1 from the top of the pack. Going into Pool 1 is Dante Black. Dante Black will be joining Pool 1 alongside Fox, Rain, Nick White, all those big hitters.
Come on, Pool 3.
Dante has come a long fucking way. So that'll be good to see him in that. Going into Pool 2 is one of our own, Shady, Sean McKenzie. Shady there. Going into Pool 2. I think that's a very interesting pool for him as well, because there's, say, Blonde Daddy there, Rick Rage, Troy Mason.
But the thing is, I would say Pool 2 is very much the thick-skinned kind of smash mouth pool, if you look at how it's turning out. Shady, yet another thick-skinned guy who won't take offense to anything anyone says, and he'll just give it right back. So I think it's a perfect pool for him.
I think Pool 4 would have been better. I think that is the thickest of all skins, that pool. You know, you've got Austin Kruger, you've got the Beast, you've got Thomas Austin, you've got fucking Storm, you've got Triple M. Oh. That's going to be a heavy group. But Pool 3, DJB.
Yes!
There it is. DJB joining the likes of Tommy Dyrfield, Marshall Lenore, Kenzo, Danny, Brackus, Adam Smash, Cutthroat, Austin Wild, Heller and Dead, and Ryan K.
No emotional promos again this year.
What do you mean no emotional promos? That's my fucking thing. Fuck you. Coming for you, fuck man. Making it 3, fuck man. Making it 3.
Yes, and I'm going to enjoy dropping your ass this year.
Oh, yes, Daddy.
Save the fighting talk when you guys get to that part. But regardless, Glenn Sexton is going to be in Pool 4. That's going to be a tough but a very testing pool for Glenn. Glenn has the ability to pull these wins off. Yeah, let's see what he does in the World Cup. That's going to be a good match. Good matches there. We're going to go on to WKPV now, Vendetta. So there's, on top of my head, I know there's Doomsayer and Jason Terry in this team, and Havoc. Oh shit, someone's got to love them first. It's Jason Terry. So Jason Terry, I was hoping he was going to end up in Cutthroat's group, but never mind. Jason Terry into group Pool 1. Jason Terry, a very well-seasoned veteran, one of the original starters of the ATM Aston Mouth. He'll be good. And Pool 2 gets to see another interesting one here. Doomsayer. Doomsayer goes into Pool 2. Yeah, no, there's some matches shaping up here. TJ versus Doomsayer would be good. Slayer. Not Doomslayer, as we've all established it's not.
Yes, indeed.
Pool 3 is Onyx. If you're not familiar with Onyx, he's very, very good. I will release the full list of who's in what pool before we do the draw for the matches, so you'll get a full understanding of that. But Onyx is very good, and that does leave Havoc. Havoc has had some success in the World Cup over the years. Doesn't quite make it to that final, but let's see if he can just push through and pull off something. So we had Onyx over in Pool 3 and Havoc in Pool 4. Ooh, let's go Heresy 2 first, and then we'll leave XWE Legacy to the very end.
Indubitably.
Right, so we've got Jack Harvey going into Pool 1. Big name.
Yeah. Going to be interesting to see what he can pull off in this tournament.
Jack Harvey. Oh, good. Again, alongside Fox Marsh, Rain Carter, Lane, a few of his friends, a few people he's not faced before. Jack Harvey versus Nick White. That would be an interesting one. The man that did knock Happy off his perch last year, Casey Moran, will be going into Pool 2. He's evaded his brother. Just Casey Moran. Pool 3, joining you boys is Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley will be coming over into Pool 3.
Sorry, Jonathan.
He's got it in him. He has it in him.
Indeed.
Deep in him. And do you know what? This is someone I'm quite interested to see how he does, because he had his first one of his first ever comp matches here in EWN, in the matches to decide who the number 1 contender was going to be, the world champions that to come together, and it was Playboy. So Playboy for the Heresy 2 team. I'm quite excited to see what he brings to the table, because he put out a very good first promo. He's very charismatic. He has a lot of fluency in wordplay. Just needs to pull that creativity and the story and the narrative together, and he could do something special. But these are the ones that some people are itching to find out who's going to be in their group. So let's start off with Pool 1. I'm terribly sorry. You have got the current reigning World Heavyweight Champion, World Cup Champion and former EWN World Champion, Ethan Carnage. It is Ethan Carnage going into Pool 1.
I wanted retribution against him.
Oh, Jack Harvey versus Ethan Carnage. Tasty. That could be a tasty one. Going into Pool 2 will be Grim the Clown. Grim the Clown. Zelzabar did not enter the World Cup, so unfortunately we will not see that as a possibility. But there's some old matches that could happen. Casey Moran versus Grim, Doomslayer versus Grim, or maybe some new ones that we've never seen before. Rick Rage versus Grim. Let's just have that. That'd be fun. Pool 3, joining you boys, is the Slick Silver Tongue himself, Happy.
Nice.
Happy will be joining you boys.
I like Happy.
And that means there is only one man left. And that is Ryan. It got to be Ryan Huckabee. It is the Huck.
Ryan Huckabee. Back again.
Don't destroy any furniture this year. It's not worth it.
We did.
Didn't he retire for like the 5th time or some shit?
No, to be fair, he actually had a good go, and this is probably the longest he stayed away for, so I'll give him credit. He technically is still retired. He's only come back for the World Cup, really. But I will read these pools out as they sit. So Pool 1, these are the people that you can draw in the next 3 rounds, potentially. Fox Marsh, Rain Carter, Lane Kelly, Damien, Richard Woodward, Crew Daniels, Scott West, the GOAT, Goat, Igor Terrors, Mike, Hitman Mike, Nick White, Dante Black, Jason Terry, Jack Harvey, and Ethan Carnage. That is Pool 1. Pool 2, Toa, TJ Blair, Blake Buchanan, Cody Hunter, Riddle, Sean Solster, Fifth Boy, Bong Daddy, Troy Mason, Rick Rage, Alicia White, Shady, Doomsayer, Casey Moran, and Grim the Clown. Very meaty again. Pool 3, this is the one you guys are interested in. Phil Marshall, Tommy Dyer, Lenore Len, Kenzo Blackheart, Danny Darko, Brackus, Adam Smash, Robbie Cutthroat, Austin Wild, Hella Undead, Ryan K, DJ B, Onyx, Mr. Crowley, and Happy. Finally, Pool 4 is Mike Storm, Triple M, Gage, Vagabond, Austin Kruger, AJ Storm, Ralph Swagger, Beast, Nathaniel Rage, Billy Gore, Thomas Austin, Glenn Sexton, Havoc, Playboy, and Ryan Huckabee. We could even see Thomas Austin versus Ryan Huckabee in round 1. This is a possibility. It's why I get excited. So we're just going to get straight into it. I'm just going to draw Pool 1. That's what we're going to do.
Right.
I hope I actually dropped all the names into the right house now. I have got them all written down just in case I do blunder. So.
Right. Well, I suppose an easier way would have just had numbers like 1 to 15 and just.
I did that last year, and I should have. I really should have, but I wasn't that prepared. I quite like this anyway because I'll just draw their names. So the first name out, folded, is Lane Kelly.
So Titan is going to be facing
Lane versus someone who's small, folded up quite small. Hitman Mike. Mike. From WKP Ford, taking on Pure 2's Lane Kelly. We'll try and keep them together. That makes it easier. Match 2 in Pool 1 will be Jason Terry from WKP Vendetta. Jason Terry. And he will be taking on, hope you're watching, guys, Fox Marsh. That is a match that no one's ever seen before. Fox Marsh versus Jason Terry. That is why we do the World Cup, these kind of matches. Match 3 will be G to the O to the A to the motherfucking T, GOAT, as he goes up against none other than Igor Terran. Sorry, Igor. GOAT versus Igor. Hey, you never know. At the end of the day, I haven't seen Igor perform since the last since actually the World Cup the World Cup warm-ups.
Mm-hmm.
He might have improved. I hope so, because it's going to be a hard test. Nick White from XWE2, one of the big boys again. Nick White, as he will be. Just make sure I've got everyone's right. Yeah, everything's going swell at the minute. We like it. We'll be going up against Crew Daniels from VPW2, someone I'm not familiar with, so I can't really comment. Crew Daniels. And we have in the next one-on-one Richard Woodward from the Asylum. Richard Woodward going up against Rich Woodward. Will be going up against one-on-one. Remember, there will be a triple threat in every single round. This is going to be interesting. So Rich Woodward, if you're not familiar with his work, absolutely fantastic. Plays a very sort of like conspiracist sort of character. He's very good. His wordsmith is really good, but he's got to go up against Ethan Carnage. That's going to be I'm really looking forward to that one, actually. Ethan Carnage versus Rich Woodward. And then we got Damien, someone I'm not familiar with, did get pulled in at the last minute because I didn't realise that Chris Lee played Diablo and Brackus. So Damien is taking his place. I believe his real name is, I did write it down on here, Austin Freeman. So if anyone's familiar with Austin Freeman, he will be going up against Dante Black.
Oh.
Battle in the Dark characters. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Let's see what happens there. And this must mean, is there 3 names left? There is. That's a triple threat. And it will be Scott West, Wilson Fist, against. Can't think off the top of my head who I'm missing from this yet, so it's all a surprise. Jack Harvey.
Oh.
Jack Harvey, Wilson Fist, and then that leaves the very last name in pool 1 to be Rain Carter. Jesus Christ, what a man. Shit. There you go. That is a blockbuster right there.
3 very different types of characters right there.
I know, right? Jack Harvey, the way that he performs, the way that he utilises the special effects in that. Wilson Fisk, who's obviously very gritty, straight to it, has got really good at the special effects lately. And then you got Rain Carter, who can just perform, can straight out and out perform. So, yeah, we'll look forward to that. We'll move on to, I will read all these matches out again at the end. I'm going to need a very large glass of water after all this, but we'll move on to pool 2.
Water? Fuck off, it's 5 o'clock. Ain't time.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, first name out. TJ Blair. TJ Blair for XWE1. And TJ will be going up again. I just want to give this a good shuffle because I'm top man of these last people. And it will be Soa. Soa versus TJ.
Right. Okay.
Her and TJ Blair. Match 2 will be Troy Mason. There's a part of me hoping Bong Daddy gets drawn out now, and there's a part of me hopes just praying that he doesn't. No, it's Riddle. So it'll be Troy Mason versus Riddle. Mr. Turbo Mason. The Body Popper versus Riddle. That'd be a good match, actually. I'm quite looking forward to that. Cody Hunter. He doesn't really give a shit what he says, and he'll drink as much black Pabst Blue Ribbon as you can consume as a human being. Cody Hunter.
Don't worry, Grant. I've got one for you.
Cheers, mate. Fucking hell. Cody Hunter versus Rick Rage will be a thing.
Oh, Cody. Yes.
Rage.
Cody, we will all consider you the winner of the World Cup if you go absolutely ham.
Fifth Boy will be in the next one-on-one. Fifth Boy. As he takes on... I can't remember who's in this group now. Alicia White. Now that's going to be interesting. Alicia's very good. She is very good. And she gets if she brings the knife out, I think he's fucked. Depends which side of Fifth Boy comes to the table. If he sticks to what he's been doing lately, sticks to his gun, sticks to his ability, he'll be fine. If he overproduces, that's where I think he could fall apart a little bit. Here he is, Bong Daddy, Josh Byers. Bong Daddy, as he will be taking on. He is joining one of the one-on-ones. Oh, two names. I'm sorry, I've just cost one of you, probably. Doomsayer.
Oh, nice.
Doomsayer versus Bong Daddy. Now that is going to be a tough one. That leaves Sean Solster. From the VPW lot.
Sean Solstar.
Yeah.
Versus Blake Buchanan. Nice.
Oh,
nice. I don't know what to expect from that match, so I'm quite intrigued. This is the kind of match where I expect them both just to go, I don't know who you are, but it doesn't matter. Don't do that, boys. Don't fucking do that. Look each other up, do something creative, put on a hell of a show.
Or go the other way and say nothing but that during your promo, both of you.
No,
Because
what
I know Grant will get a big laugh from that.
What? No, the ongoing themes in these World Cups are, I don't know who you are, but I don't care. For some reason, to take a dig at me, that somehow I get dragged into promos going, "Guy running this is a piece of shit." I'm like, what? That happens quite a lot, by the way. But
go with a thoughtful response, such as "Your mum gay."
Yeah. Triple threat time. It will be Shady, Sean McKenzie.
Nice.
Shady. Can't remember if there's any more big hitters left in this group. There may be. Oh, there is. Casey Moran.
Oh,
Sleeper. Oh.
Casey Moran, Shady, Sean McKenzie, and joining them, Grim the Clown. Holy shit, these triple threats are fucking juicy.
Essentially, the triple threats are the big name killers, aren't they?
I've got a triple threat I'm hoping for. I've got a triple threat I'm hoping for. Yeah, come on.
The idea that, we're going to lose two of these three people, Shady, Casey Moran, and Grim the Clown in round one is devastating. But at the same time, it's the name of the game. That's the luck of the draw. It is what it is. Let's move on to pool three. Oh, I see you two perked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Let's have a good old fiddle. Let's have a cup of tea. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, just relax.
And coming up next...
Hella Undead, WKPF will be the first one out. So Hella will be the first name in this group to get a singles match against Phil Marshall.
Oh.
Hella Undead versus Phil Marshall in round 1.
Hi,
Danny
hello.
Darko from the Asylum.
Hello. Sorry, what was that, Grant? It was rudely
Danny
interrupted you.
Darko from the Asylum. Carry on, and then we'll reveal his opponent.
Oh, no, I've done well.
Come on. Come on.
Hello.
I'm just going to add a quick look at the comments. Don't shoot it. He won't have.
Yeah.
Not sure who's my
Let's see what people are saying. So,
DJB, it's Ian. Oh,
yes, DJB.
Yeah. It's because I kept on looking down at my phone to see because I've got it on my other phone to see who the comments are by.
Robbie Cutthroat says, "Fuck boy, he's not half wrong because that's where the name Fuckman started."
It's funny you should pull his name up. Robbie Cutthroat versus Danny Darko.
Oh, now that would be a good match.
Oh, come on, give me happy. Give me happy.
Cutthroat. Wow. Heresy 1 versus the Asylum there. We have Lenore Len. Lenore.
Please no.
Who we got? Someone tightly screwed up. Onyx. That'll be interesting. Onyx, like I said, Onyx, if you're not familiar with his work, go to WKP, check him out. He's just come back on the scene after quite a bit of a sabbatical. Lenore and Onyx, that's going to be that'll be an interesting match. That'll be good. The fourth one-on-one for this group will be Mr. Crowley. Mr. Crowley.
Oh, I wouldn't mind Jonathan.
We still have the potential of Happy, DJB, Ryan K. We've still got Austin Wilde, Brackus in this group, Kenzo Blackheart. Let's see who comes out. Brackus. It'll be Mr. Crowley versus Brackus.
Mm-hmm.
Two similar promo styles in terms of how they are, but yeah, I think Crowley's going to have to pull something very, very big out. And if I can get this one open. Oh, there he is. DJB. DJB has been drawn.
Happy.
Stop thinking happy thoughts.
Kenzo.
Okay.
Kenzo.
Happy.
Austin Wilde.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I didn't mean that in any offensive way, Austin, but I was really hoping for Happy. But that means, oh, God.
Kenzo Blackheart. Kenzo Blackheart will be in the last one-on-one. Kenzo. And he will be going up against. Will he get Happy? He won't. He'll get Adam Smash.
Interesting
There are
match.
3 names left. Yep.
Ryan, Happy, and...
Yes, Ryan and Happy are 2 of them.
I can't remember the last one.
Tommy Dyer is the fucking other one.
Ryan, Happy, and Tommy.
Oh, now that's a main event killer match.
Again, these triple threats are fucking horrific. There we go. Just for clarification, Ryan K. Which means the last name out must be the man himself. It is there. I thought I lost it. Just for pure clarification, it does say Happy. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, final pool 4, which means because no one else's random name that wasn't in that pools have jumped out, it means that I did sort them correctly. I am the sorting hat. Yes.
Fantastic.
Gryffindor.
And going into the first house is VPW, AJ Storm, Slytherin. Please get Mike Storm, just for the fucking amusement factor.
Oh, let's see.
No, I think that's Nathan. Nathan Rage. The
Oh,
VPW
Rage.
are going up against each other. There we go. That is that can happen if you put two tank teams in. You could have cost yourself points.
It's going to be a raging storm.
Oh, I'd love to see Rick Rage versus Nathan Rage. Just forget. Fuck it, I'm fixing it. It's AJ Storm versus Mike Storm, and it's Rick Rage versus Nathan Rage now.
Oh, don't go talking about fixing things, because Iron Bison might win.
Imagine that. Get right to the end of this tournament. The winner is Iron Bison. Well done,
Grim Cadillac's mother, man.
I was just about to say Iron Bison is defeated by Grim Cadillac's mother.
True. This Mike Storm has come out.
All right.
Come on, Mikey.
One of the big boys from this group.
All right.
Against
Thomas.
Ralph Swagger.
Oh, shit.
Interesting.
Ralph.
As team captain, I think we can work with that.
Yeah, Mike Storm versus Ralph Swagger. It will be Vagabond from the PCR team. Vagabond. Don't sleep on him because he is very, very good. If you're not familiar with him, check him out in the Elite.
Tom's a great guy.
He is. Oh, nice. WKP forges Billy Gore. Billy Gore has his work cut out for him.
Ooh. Vagabond and Billy Gore, nice match.
There's some points being taken here in this one. Oh, big hitter, Triple M. Triple M has evaded the pool. And he will be going up against Grim Cadillac's mum. Playboy.
Oh,
Playboy.
Fucking love you.
Triple M and Playboy. I like it. Austin Kruger. Get ready to be shouted at by Austin Kruger, and that person being screamed at or having his bum pulled out towards you, who knows, is Ryan Huckabee and fucking Austin Kruger.
Oh, lovely.
Nice.
Hook Mania's about to run wild.
Yes, the retired man's going to need hearing aids.
I want to see where Austin goes with this, how he's going to approach that match. That's an interesting one. Mr. Glenn Sexton.
Come on, Team SWR.
So Glenn has avoided the triple threat of doom that I'm going to call them now. And Glenn will be going one-on-one.
Thomas,
TA,
isn't it?
Thomas Austin. That's a great match.
Oh, yeah. The calmness and thoughtfulness of Glenn Sexton versus the screaming maniac of Thomas Austin, the original GOAT.
It's like if The Rock had long hair.
He's amazing.
WKP Vendetta's Havoc, not to be confused with the SWA Havoc. Hangman Gage. So these two are currently fighting out in WKP at the minute, so that'll be good. Yeah, Hangman's over there doing some really good stuff. And that leaves the final name of the tournament to be drawn, the Beast, Patrick Reynolds. So Hangman, Havoc, and Beast is the final triple threat of that. We will go through from pool 1 through to pool 4. The matches for this year's World Cup first round. So just so you guys know as well, I'm just going to read these out. I'll read them out at the very end as well, what the rules actually stipulate. So promos, it's one match promo. There's no hype. There's no two promo shit. It's just one price of one promo shootout. Simple as that. The promo is due Sunday the 13th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So you have till the end of play Sunday to get that in. That's 6 days from now. One promo, do what you need to do. There is a 7-minute time limit on these promos. That doesn't mean you have to use the 7 minutes of the people that do like to go a little bit up, but I don't want to see them blowing their load too early. There is a specialist rule. There is a special rule. Yes, Daniel.
The 7-minute time limit. Have you got a bit of leeway for going over like a second or two?
If you go over by 15 seconds, I'm not going to grumble. You do not get disqualified for going over the time limit. What happens is I just stop watching. Simple as that. So it could cost you in creativity, believability. It could cross your whole narrative if you go over, because I just won't watch what the fuck happens at the end. if you and your opponent both come to me and say that we would like an extended timeline for our match because there's history or whatever, it will get granted on the premise that both individuals ask for it. If one does and the other doesn't, won't count. 7 minutes is the time limit. It's there. No rebuttals. You do not respond to your opponent's promo. If they drop before you and you watch and you obviously talk about what they've said in their promo, that is a disqualification. Straight up. No bullshit. There was a lot of trauma last year because people didn't read that rule and a lot of people rebutted and then was going, why did I lose? And then I'm like, well, you rebutted? No, I didn't. And I'd repeat back what they said and they'd be like, oh, yeah, sorry, I did, yeah. But, so yeah, no rebuttals, no response promos. What I'm looking for is, this is always one that gets asked. It's very broad, but it's very simple. But at the same time, I'll say what I say every single year. I'm looking for creativity, believability, fluency, wordplay, storytelling, and your video and audio quality. You nail a few of those. You stick to your guns. Don't try and veer off. Stick to the things you're good at. Enhance them by 10 and hit hard. That's all I'm going to say to people. The best promo wins. It's as simple as that. But I will be looking at these things and going, you know, if your fluency's off, if you're not believable, if your wordplay is atrocious, just repeating yourself over and over again, it's not going to be good. I'm not going to look at it as good. It's just going to really downplay itself. If your audio's all over the place, if your music's playing too louder than your fucking voice, if your visuals are completely out of sync or wrong, we saw on After Dark Network the other day, there was a couple where the visuals weren't very good and it does take away from your promo. Just think about everything. Think about how you're performing. Relax, be you, and just hit hard. That's all I can ask for. Nothing's off limits. I've said this before. I'll say it again. There is none of this be nice, be kind bullshit. You know, at the end of the day, I'm looking at things. If you're just coming out going, you cunt, you cunt, you cunt, I don't think that's creative at all.
Looking at you, Bias.
But regardless, you know, at the end of the day, nothing is off limits. At the end of the day, if you do get personal, if you do get butthurt, if you do get offended, then you can tell my arsehole. That's all I'll say.
So are we summing up with the rule? Are we summing up all of the rules with, if you would imagine Radio Demon to do it, then don't?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, actually, funny enough, a late entry. Radio Demon. No,
Yeah. One-man team.
The points. So the first round, your win will give your team 2 points. Obviously, you'll advance. You'll knock out your opponent. First 2 rounds are knockout. Obviously, in the triple threat, we have to lose 2 people. So that's 2 sets of teams that are missing out on 2 to 4 points. So yeah, that is literally as simple as it gets. You'll get 2 points. Whoever takes the most points to their team will take the leaderboard. So you'll see that it will get changed every week. Yes, mate.
Will the winner of the triple threat still only get 2 points, or do they get forfeit beating 2 people? Right.
No, 2 points.
Okay.
Just 1 win, 2 points. Simple as that. Round 2 is worth 3 points. Round 3 is worth 3 points. And then I'll announce how the final round goes, because you split. Because in round 3, you don't get knocked out. You go into a different pool of matches. Same as last year. It works out exactly the same. We go by the F1 standards. So there will be a team winner. There will be an actual winner, an individual winner. So the World Cup champion will be the person that wins the grand finale by winning all 4 matches. The team that wins will be the World Cup winners. So we've had SCW win, we've had IW win, we've had XWE win twice. There's a lot of big teams in here. I know Heresy are going for broke. I know SWA are going for broke. I know XWE really badly want this again. So yeah, and there's some other teams that are sneaking at the back there that are really going to want to put some pressure on. But there can only be 1 winner. Overall, there can only be 1 team winner. So yeah.
Yes, and I will personally fillet anyone who eliminates a member of XWE. Because I don't want them to win it all again like they did last year. Oh,
well, NEW did knock them off that second spot.
I nearly got it last year.
I know. But yeah, XWE, they managed to get the first place. They got the #1 contendership. No, they got the actual title. They missed out on the #1 contendership. I can't remember why.
Pack it in.
Yeah,
we'll go on to the matches. So we'll reread the matches just so everyone's fully equipped with what we're doing. So pool 1, sorry. Whoever wins from these matches will advance, and you may draw each other in the second. Well, one of you will draw each other in the second round. So Lane Kelly versus Hitman Mike, Jason Terry versus Fox Marsh, interesting match indeed. Goat versus Igor Terrors, Nick White versus Crew Daniels, Richard Woodward versus Ethan Carnage. That is going to be a psychological match verbally. That is going to be interesting from both parties. Damien, who we're not entirely sure who it is, so Dante is in the dark, pardon the pun there, but it will be Scott West, Jack Harvey, and Rain Carter in that triple threat match. You heard that right. So Wilson Fisk, Scott West, Jack Harvey, and Rain Carter. Pool 2, TJ Blair versus Toa, just to kick off this group. Big, huge match. Two very talented individuals. Troy Mason versus Riddle. Not sure which way that one's going to go. Cody Hunter versus Rick Rage. That is going to be entertainment galore. Fifth Boy versus Alicia White. Again, two people that are going to contrast each other. This is not going to be a cohesive sort of promo battle. This is going to be two different sides coming at each other, not familiar with each other. I can't wait for that one. Bong Daddy versus Doomsayer, a big hard hitter to kick off this first round. Sean Solster versus Blake Buchanan. And then finally that triple threat match. There seems to be the triple threat of death. Shady Shawn McKenzie, Casey Moran, and Grim the Clown. Then we go into pool 3, which you two gentlemen have become a part of. Phil Marshall, you drew Hella and Dead in the first opening match of this pool. Danny Darko versus Robbie Cutthroat, really interesting match. Can't wait for that one. Len versus Onyx. Again, two contrasting styles. Not sure which way it's going to go, but Lenore, you do not sleep on Onyx because he's very, very good, and I'm sure you don't know who he is. So go over to WKP, check him out. Mr. Crowley versus Brackus. Interested to see which way that goes. DJB will take on Austin Wilde. Kenzo Blackheart versus Adam Smash, and then the triple threat of death. Tommy Dyer, Ryan K, and Happy will go one-on-one. Finally, pool 4, AJ Storm takes on Nathan Rage. Mike Storm takes on Ralph Swagger. Vagabond versus Billy Gore. Triple M versus the Playboy of Heresy. Austin Kruger versus Huck. That is, again, going to be very entertaining. Please check out those promos. I promise you that will be a good match. Glenn Sexton versus Thomas Austin, one of the hard hitters in that group, against someone who we're expecting to do well. This is going to be an interesting match. We'll see which way they go. And finally, Havoc versus Hangman Gage versus the Beast Patrick Reynolds. Gentlemen, how you feeling?
Disappointed.
You didn't get your own line.
I'm not going to lie.
Let me just put every name back. I'll redraw for you, mate. Not worry.
Yes, please. I'm not going to lie. That's how I'm feeling. I'm disappointed. I was hoping for, no offense to Austin Wilde, like I said before, I was hoping for someone challenging like Phil or like Happy or even Jonathan Jones. Austin Wilde, again, no offense. I've seen his work. I know that he's good at what he can do, but I'm feeling really confident about that match.
You're feeling confident,
yeah. Phil?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what can you say, Phil? You have the greatest opponent ever.
I like
We'll see what happens. We'll see. These going to be. I want to see where you two go with this. That's what I'm more interested in as well. There's a couple of what I would say dead cert matches, but we all know that's not true in the World Cup. Anything can happen. So, it'll be interesting to see who these people...
Can you just clarify who Shady got?
Casey Moran. Casey Moran is not in this year's World Cup, but Casey Moran is against Grim the Clown.
This gentleman.
Yeah, there he is, Casey Moran, the guy that pulled off the upset last year that everyone's still talking about. But, however... Casey, you have got Shady and Grim the Clown in a triple threat match. One fall to the finish. One person can go through. One person can pick up 2 points. And 2 people will sadly leave the competition early, which just seems like an absolute travesty considering who's going to get... There are matches where I'm looking at people who are going to get through to round 2 regardless. And it's like, fuck you. Yeah, Kenzo Adam smash. That'll be an interesting one. I think Adam definitely has the advantage going into this one, but Kenzo does have things in his locker if he stays away from the car and portrait. Yeah, Cutthroat Darko. That's another good one I'm looking forward to. Some big matches here.
Yeah.
Bong Daddy Doomsayer. I know that Josh is going to be relishing this. He wanted big names, a little bit like you, DJB. He wants big names from the get-go. You are going to have to wait till round 2 potentially. Like I said, don't sleep on your opponent. You never know what can happen. But yeah, there's definitely some favourites in these matches, but there's definitely some upsets, I'm guaranteeing.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting draw. So the first 3 rounds are knockout, I believe, and then the 4th round is...
No, first 2 rounds are knockout. Round 3 determines who goes into the secondary pool and who goes into the grand final fatal 4-way.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Have you picked a venue for the first round?
Ooh, you'll find out tonight.
Yes. It's not going to be some stupid place like Antigua Bakalaka.
St. Kitts and Nevis, yes, actually.
Half the places I couldn't pronounce half the places last year.
It's the World Cup. We go everywhere. I've got to try and remember which continent I didn't go to last year so that we can make sure we go here this time. We went.
Was it Zambia last year?
We did go to Africa. Yeah, we did. Yeah. I'm not going to Mozambique this year.
Strange that the World Cup's never gone to Tipton.
Kaz wants to go to the Maldives.
You coming with me? Sweet.
No. First you want my sister, now you want my missus.
Well, no, the irony is that someone always comes in and takes them. So obviously Phil's with your sister now, so that's fine. And then I'll just let, I don't know, Shady come in and take your missus. That's fine.
Shady, speaking of, let's go to China.
I'm actually just a wingman. I'm just a wingman. That's all I am.
Yes.
Shady says, let's go to China. I think China's a good place to go.
Yes.
Ironically, in the 2020 World Cup, we did go. Wuhan. We did go to Wuhan.
Should we go to Pyongyang in North Korea?
I've done North Korea as well before. We've done North Korea.
How about Moscow? We'll go to Russia.
Oh, I haven't done Russia yet. Russia hasn't been in the World Cup yet. There you go. Okay. We'll check out CSKA's arena and see if they're available. Or we could just go to Ukraine. That would be even more fucking deadly, wouldn't it?
That's what Kaz said.
Oh, really? Well, I'm really sorry, but Jason Terry, Goat, and Nick White are all dead. A bomb went off.
Does that mean we get their points?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah, whoever just runs in and scrabbles them first gets all the points. But yeah, no, we'll go.
I've got a shoe.
Whoever brings back the most teeth wins.
Yeah.
We'll be going to some different places again. We'll go to some normal place. We normally go somewhere in North America. That's a normal thing. We'll come somewhere in Europe, probably Russia.
Some advice for people as well. When you're promoting at one venue, don't be in a completely other place. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if we're in Ecuador, don't say I'm here in Scotland. Are you, Dylan? Are you? Dylan is still trying to find his way to Ecuador 1 year later.
He's doing a promo. Just, I know I'm supposed to be in Ecuador, and someone walking behind going, "You're going to pump for a fucking swally, Paul."
Just seeing who we did have watching. We had Larry Walker, we had Dylan himself, we had Ian, we had Casey, we had Shady, we had Cutthroat, we had Brooke, the other Havoc.
Yes.
There was other people watching that didn't comment as well, so I know that Vida was watching.
Yeah.
Some of the VPW guys were watching as well.
Yes.
Sander was watching. Just to repeat the rules, I'm going to go through this again. It will all be written up anyway nicely later. You'll have a full list of who the matches are. Massive card. As always, the first round of the World Cup. But rules are, so the promo has to be in by end of play Sunday. I say by end of play because I don't start judging them until Monday morning anyway. So if you're a little bit over, I'm not going to fucking knock people. I've always been like that. I've always said that, but as long as it's in before I'm judging.
I normally tell people by the time I wake up the day afterwards.
Yeah, literally that. The second I start, if it's not in by the time I started judging, tough shit, it's gone then, you know. But get it in before Sunday night, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
The promo length is 7 minutes long, the deadline. If you go over by 15 seconds, I'm not going to penalise you too much. You don't get disqualified. If you do go over, I'll just switch off the promo. Simple as that.
The exception.
With the exception, if you and your opponent both come to an agreement that you want the time limit to be extended, then that will be allowed. So if you and your opponent both say we want more than 7 minutes, you're allowed it, but only on the premise that both of you agree that. No rebuttals. Do not respond to someone else's promo. You get one promo. That is it. One promo, as long, short as you want. Get the job done. Know who your opponent is, but do not respond to their promo. The best thing you can do, don't watch it. Just don't watch theirs until you've done yours. That is the easiest way to do it. You can never be done for rebuttals, you know.
What if, though, you don't watch theirs and then you post yours and you say something that rebuttals theirs?
There would be a reason that you said it. I'm not being funny. There's like Ethan Carnage got someone accused him of rebuttaling last year. He proved to me that he shot the promo fucking 2 days before they dropped theirs. So it was just he was editing. So it was just.
There's a good point. Yeah, when you record your promo, screenshot the time you've recorded it. So then, if you are rebuttaling, you've got the proof.
If you are rebuttal, oh yes, I did rebuttal, but here's the proof that I cut it. But yeah, no rebuttals, guys. At the end of the day, if coincidences do happen, I'm not being funny. Rebuttals are obvious. You know, a coincidental comment is obvious. You know, if you say, listen, I know you said that I'm a fucking dirty prick, but I think your mum's a dirty prick. You know, that's going to be obvious that you just rebutted. You know what I mean?
Well, I know
if you say something, but you know, if I'm not being funny, if I go on the Animalistic Beast and someone goes in their promo, well, I'm going against the Animalistic Beast. They're not rebuttal. That's just fucking general knowledge, you know. It's simple as that. What I'm looking
to the camera and go, Hella, in your promo, you said, nah, I'm just fucking with you, Grant.
You prick.
Yeah.
But Heather and Dad, I don't know who you are, but I don't care. Grant, you prick. As long as someone starts their promo with that, I'll be happy. You know?
Exactly.
It'll feel like the World Cup then.
Yeah. Here's some video of club members.
Brooke, I'm sure Grant or one of us can add you to WKP to do some research.
So I'm looking for creativity, believability. Your fluency's got to be on point. Do not have shit wordplay. There's nothing worse than someone repeating themselves over and over again. Up your wordplay game. Make sure if you're telling a story that the story's solid and makes sense, and make sure your video and audio quality is up to speed. So don't use filters and effects that just look shit and don't make sense to what you're doing. Don't use music that doesn't make sense to the promo that you're cutting, and make sure your music's not too loud to cancel your voice.
Oh, I'd like to. Can I add a music bit? If you are filming and you are pretending you're in an arena, don't have music at all. They don't have music in the background area while you're cutting background promos. Have an audience. Have a crowd.
That comes to believability, and it does come down to sort of psychology as well. I know we take the piss out of that word quite a lot, but at the end of the day, that comes into psychology. If you're in the Amazonian jungle, they're not playing Drake in the background. I'm just saying, literally, you know, it's just not happening.
Yeah, they're more Slayer fans.
They are, yeah. The Amazonian.
Nick White, did I miss my match?
You
Yes,
drew.
read about it later.
Nick, you did draw Crew Daniels in the first round. If you need more information, I'll give you as much as I can. I'm not sure who he is myself. I just know what promotion he's from. It's written down somewhere here, so I'll let you know later. But yeah, I think that's it. I said nothing's off limits. If you get hurt by what someone says in their promo against you, don't ask me to disqualify them, because I won't. If it was creative, great. If it's brushing the fourth wall and not smashing through it like an idiot, I'm not got an issue. It's just have they out promoed you? It's simple as that. I don't care about people.
So like if a guy wears a mask, don't go and take a picture. Don't go and take pictures from his personal page without a mask on.
You know, at the end of the day, if people start posting shit on the page that's irrelevant to the World Cup, I'll just remove it. That stuff I won't stand for. But the promo itself, whatever you do in that promo is up to you. As long as it makes sense, I don't care.
Right. It's a great question here. Who did I draw? This is from
that's
Facebook.
Lane. It's Lane Kelly.
Lane Kelly, you drew Hitman Mike from WKP in the first round. I'm pretty sure you'd know who Hitman Mike is, but you might not. We'll see.
Dan,
Which one's Hitman Mike?
Dan, you spastic! You ruined the bit. I was just going to say, who did I draw? Dan did, and I was going to say, who did I draw? And I was going to say, oh look, it's Facebook user, and we weren't going to say who Facebook user was.
Oh. It's not After Dark, Phil. We're trying to be professional here.
I think I've summed everything up quite nicely, though, regardless. So you've all seen that this was a fair draw. It was drawn spontaneously. There are some big matches. There are some interesting matches, and there are some matches that are really going to contrast each other very beautifully. I think it's going to be interesting. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. Joining me here today and setting this up for me. Thank you very, very much, DJB and Phil Marshall, for all this production.
I didn't do anything. I just ran here as fast as I could.
I was just saying thank you for being here, DJB, and thank you for the whole production.
Sorry about
Phil
Dan
Marshall.
for interrupting you.
Yeah, he's good at this, isn't he? He's a bastard. But
exactly.
yeah, I think I've summed everything up. Everything will be written in the post later on tonight.
He's interrupted you again.
But that's it from me. I'm good.
All right, fair dues. And the last comment, yes, Facebook user, let's have some fun. I believe that's AEP. So
I thought that was Johnny Rockstar.
No. Negan just wondering who he drew. So
oh, funny enough, we were going to actually have some extra people in.
You bastard.
There you go.
Indeed, yes.
Negan, you did draw Radio Demon. There you go.
Indeed. Now, Radio Demon asking, who did I draw? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
Well, to be fair, unfortunately, Negan Al Ghul has competed in a World Cup before.
Did he do well?
He actually did win the first round match. Yeah, he got to second round.
God, can we not Chris Benoit him from the records, please?
I've got for him to get through the first round. Who did he beat? A corpse?
Johnny Rockstar.
Oh God, who was he against? I'll have to look up the original results, but it wasn't someone that I was expecting to get far. Let's just be honest.
It wasn't happy again, was it?
So it was Jay Yost.
No.
Was it?
You know who I would love to see in the World Cup? Ricardo.
Unfortunately, for some obvious reasons, Ricardo, the Sleaze, the Unfiltered, other various members of my brain are banned from the World Cup.
No. I saw Ricardo and Unfiltered Grant Miller side by side on Saturday night.
It's true.
They're obviously not the same person.
I didn't say they're the same person. I said they're from the same mind.
Well, they're obviously not. They had two physical entities next to them.
Yeah, Negan drew Chris Hansen. That's fair. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to take a seat, you fuck boy.
I'm not a fuck boy.
Right, I am going to have to go. So thank you, boys. It has been a pleasure. And I do love this bit. It's like my favourite bit of the World Cup is the draw. So I look forward to all those promos in by Sunday. We'll get them judged, and we'll be back with you to draw the second round. Should be Tuesday. Yeah. So
and now we end.